How did it go out there?
Well, some difficult terrain, but we had our search team with 6 officers deployed in 2 locations today, focusing on where the burned vehicle was located and where we discovered the bodies, and we conducted some thorough searches around those locations. Yeah, well, we split into 2 teams, and one team is focusing on where the bodies were located, and another was focused on where we found some property days prior.
Did you find anything new today?
As far as evidence goes, we found a item. Whether or not it's relevant to the investigation, the investigators will look at it and determine if there's a relevance.
So one item found today.
In the one location, yes. We have another area to go search yet from here.
Oh, you're heading out again from
Yes,
here.
we've completed the search along the river in this area, and now we're going to be traveling to another site to conduct another search.
Okay, so not by boat.
No, this
No,
one
okay.
we can drive to. This is actually the site we're going to now is where the vehicle was located.
Gotcha. Okay, so area around where body was found, one item was spotted, and now you're headed to the location where the burnt vehicle was found to search that area.
Yeah, that's correct. Now, the idea is just to see if there's anything that might have been missed on the initial search and to be more thorough and see if we can kind of wrap this up.
Any clue to what the item what that you guys found?
No, it's just, like I say, it's related to
Yeah.
the investigation, and it may be involved or it may not be.
What was the reason for coming back out to do a second? This is a second search?
For our search team, this is our first. The preliminary search would have been with ground crews at the time. This crew we have in now that I'm a part of, search and rescue, is more trained on either searching for people or, in this case, evidence searching, which is what we're focused on today.
Gotcha. Okay. So is this just standard protocol, or is it because this is such a high-profile case you came out?
No, this is in a lot of homicide investigations in this province, and I would imagine in every division. This is what you'll do. You'll send your search team to basically comb the area even tighter to see if you missed anything. We would have been 2-3 hours at these locations.
And maybe the same amount of time at the other location?
Coming up, yeah, well, depending on the time frame, yeah, we probably need a couple hours to conduct a thorough search.
Now, having been to that where the bodies were found, I've heard a lot about it. I've seen the area around it. I haven't been able to access that because, as we all know, it's difficult to reach. What's it like there where they were found?
Seeing the terrain firsthand, it's always been described over the past couple weeks as dense, rugged. That almost doesn't describe it. It is even more difficult than I would have imagined. The riverbanks in a lot of these locations can be anywhere 60, 80, 100 feet high with slopes right to the water. The currents is extremely fast moving. As soon as you kind of walk into the bush, the bugs, they're all over you. They're not kidding when they say this is harsh terrain. It's difficult to describe it. Based on the locations, like I say, they were on the run, and the spot where they ended up, it's like you say, they kept moving, and this is where they stopped. And like I say, the terrain they were in, I guess they just decided like this is as far as it's going to go. And like I say, it's to reach that spot it's difficult to walk in.
Any idea on how they may have died, like what it appears from just?
Well, those results, that's what we're waiting for confirmations from the autopsies, which I believe was carried out either yesterday or this morning. And then those results will be made or provided to our colleagues in BC, and who I believe will be providing the information next week.
So the autopsy is done?
My understanding is that they've been completed at this time.
Okay. And so BC will be getting it next week for sure. Whether or not the public gets the results is another story.
Yeah, it's they'll make that determination whether they want to share that information with the public.
Is it a little easier knowing that these bodies have been found and there's maybe a less of a you're not out there with active dangerous individuals potentially in the area?
Yeah, the issue too, like say a lot of times if we had been searching this, let's say last week at this time, we would have had escorts providing basically cover while we do our work. So we don't want to be potential targets, considering how we're dressed for a search and rescue team. Is the idea is to be visible. Well, we don't want to be visible to perhaps suspects who may be armed. So the idea now is these subjects were recovered, and now we believe the area to be more secure to conduct proper searching.
What other information can we find out from the autopsy? So obviously the cause of death. Can anything else significant come out of this autopsy for police?
Well, important for us is confirming identities, then determining cause of death, is determining, is it a homicide, is it self-inflicted? Those are all pieces the pathologists are experts on, and they can provide that information for our investigators. It might be difficult to ascertain a motive. It's just the idea is, you want to be able to link people to certain property. Can we link someone to a crime? Can we find their trail? Did these people make movies? Did they leave notes? Information might come from somewhere, from some source. They may have talked to someone prior to them leaving. Like I say, there's still a lot of people we probably need to speak to, a lot of pieces to put together. That's when you put it all up together, it's like, oh, wait a minute, this could be an idea. It's like, say, we can't prove all these ideas. It's just trying to put everything on paper and just to see what's the picture that it paints for us.